Greetings, everyone. Welcome again to another program. Well, I don't like to say program, but another episode of We Heal Nations channel. And today, actually, I'm just going to focus the energies on the now and what's happening around us. So, as you can see, there's a lot of storms, and it always reflects back to when all of this started a couple of years ago with the shutdowns. I noticed my last video, a lot, well, first of all, it was flagged as partially blocked because it says that in certain countries it wouldn't be heard. And I'm just going to go over what I was speaking about a little bit. Welcome if you're new. And welcome to We Heal Nations. I'm Vaughn, a divine being having an experience in a human body, beautiful melanated one at that. and yeah, so I'm here to be a part of the new earth. I'm not going anywhere, but a lot of us unfortunately won't make it. But you'll get to continue to experience what you have to experience so that you can evolve to the next level. And although you can say the 5D world is already here, it's just you can't see it with your these eyes, but your other senses can pick up what's happening. You can feel a different vibration. You can smell the earth differently. You can see the butterflies more and the bees, and the earth is fruitful, and people are more warm to one another and loving, and people are finding their tribes. Basically, it's not maybe the tribe that we knew initially as we expect them to be, but when I say you're finding your tribe, the people that resonates with you most, the people that are vibrating on the same level, the people that have the same interests as you, that are not interested in wasting time mostly, and are not repeating the same thing over and over and over. um I'm not like hating on anyone for saying that. I'm just showing you that there's different stages, as and I've observed it, different stages of the dimensions of the mind, as in one of my previous videos showed, coming into this um, time of awareness. Let's just put it that way, because I don't want to say certain words that's going to flag the video. The time when we were and closed in and so forth. So, yeah, so today, what I did this morning, actually, a friend of mine, someone that I thought was a tribe member, but she's still in my heart. I love her spirit, I still love her. But this journey is different for everyone, and everybody has their road to go. And apparently, it wasn't the same road as mine. But I still love this. She had gifted me, which I'm so grateful. She didn't give it to me, but she gave me the opportunity to have it for a little while. I'm waiting for her to call and get it back. But um, well, it was the oracle cards and the oracle book, right? And apparently, I'm an oracle. But I say that because I never saw myself as anyone like a spiritual teacher or anything like that. But it seems like that's one of my gifts. So even before the cards and everything, I was able to pick up certain things that most people don't pick up. I was able to see and dissect certain things, not realizing that's really what it means. Anyway, she gifted me this for a little while, and I did some cards. I actually shuffled, and I got 4 cards, which in the 4 cards shows 4 for measure, right? Oracle card. And I'm going to read the meanings of those. And then I also got 2 for polarity. And then I also got the language of light. As soon as I picked it up, I felt chills all over my body. And then manifestation. Oh, this one too. It's powerful. And later on, we're going to talk about the moon and the full moon coming up on the 31st. Today is the 29th, which is also 11, right? 2 plus 9 is 11, which is like a portal. And actually, this represents kind of like a portal, right? So I'm going to read, which is the first one I should read. Okay, let's start with polarity. Okay, so it says here polarity, loom of reality, right? Sacred twins, corporation, relationships, polarity of male and female, duality. As I was reading that, I was thinking of the masculine and feminine energies. This is about the time when they're gonna find each other. So because of all the things that were going on with us, the trauma kept us from our true twin side. Like when I say that, it's like at the time our souls were created, um, there was like the souls are split up, right, to go and have their own experience. So that's your twin soul. When we say, or it could be a twin family soul. It doesn't have to be a masculine, feminine, um, uh, more romantic kind of thing. It could be also, for example, my granddaughter. I see her as part of my soul family, as she's an old soul, and we're so connected. I feel that that's where she came from, or she could have been my parent in a past life, right? That's what's the energy I'm generating, or I'm feeling. She's also expressing certain things. The way she's with me, I'm seeing certain things that trigger stuff, right? And also, as I said in a past program or episode, um, I did go for a massage because I had some really tight shoulders when I was going through my ordeal, or my going through my journey. And yeah, the therapist picked up the energy of both myself and my granddaughter, and she mentioned that we were connected from past life. So it's not for everybody to believe, but I'm just sharing my spiritual journey, and so that many of you who might resonate with it can see and can do your own cleansing and your own uplifting that will bring you into your true essence, right? So that was polarity. So now we have to find that balance, right? So the next one is the measure. And the measure, it talks about, let's just read it. Order, definition, discrimination, natural cycles, meaningful alignment. So things are coming into alignment, right? Discriminating, that would be, say, for yourself to observe certain things and focus of what be discriminated with what you're gonna keep with you and what you're gonna let go, because we need to let go of certain things or certain behaviors or normalities that we thought was okay. And people that we think we must hold on to because we're blood relatives, and um, we love them so much. It doesn't mean you don't longer love them if you then decide to discriminate, because if it's not resonating with you, it's damaging to you. It's damaging to your spirit. And really, right now, we have to be focused on keeping our mind, body, and soul on a healthy alignment, right? So it's not in alignment for certain relationships to continue the way it's continuing, because it's not in alignment with who you are, right? So this is great. I love this. It's the first time I'm doing it, folks. So um number this one, right, we spoke about a little bit. 10, really. um Actually, it's manifestation, which is 10. I had it held the wrong way, sorry. Excuse me, because I'm kind of new at this. And it speaks about manifestation, right? So it's intention, your intention, right? Your intention is good, and it's for humanity, it's for lifting. Because when you heal yourself, it heals others, because you have to expand, right? You don't even, once your intention is about you being healthy and in alignment, it expands, right? And you attract certain people now who that expands it even more. So, and then there's true identity, right? You're finding out more about yourself because you come into realization that, you ought to seek within and not out, right? So, your foundation of essence, I mentioned that before, of self, right? Alignment, mention that. So you are being your best ultimate actualization of who you are. Beautiful, isn't it? So um, the last one, I left it for last, but not intentionally. This was that came out. Well, it's I don't know if you're going to see it, but it says language of light, right? So you see it backwards probably because the camera's flipped. So yeah, so it says for language of light, it's gateway, which I said portal, right? Direct access, transmission, feelings, preparation for ascension, transcendent consciousness. So you're expanding now. Ooh, sorry. You're expanding now because you're glowing. You feel beautiful, you feel at peace. So now you're ready. You're preparing for this new moon, the blue moon, for the next, because when we say the blue moon, it's because we had two full moon in the same month, in this beautiful month of August, with all these things coming out. It's like a purging, right? So now you're ready, right? So you're glowing. There's a glow of about you. There's something beautiful about to happen. There's an anticipation of, now that I've made the perfect alignments, right? Now that I've dealt with the darkness and I release myself from um, unseen contracts and spells and you know things that hold you down, like the system, and you free yourself now that you're glowing, right? You're ready for your next chapter, the real chapter, the real you, the true essence, right? And now we're ready to create our heaven and earth, because the more people come into alignment and achieve and start to manifest the things that they've always wanted, there's something from the beginning of your life that you came to do. And all these blockages, all this stuff, like we spoke about in the past, about the religion and the school system that's teaching you linear stuff that makes no sense. And then you're still struggling for Job, Job. I always like to relate that. Just think about it. And, it's all on unconditional love now. This is unconditional manifestation. But the other stuff, they're always a condition. Like here in the area they call Quebec, on our land, the occupation or the occupants are claiming that you have to speak French in order to, that's a condition. That's not love. That's slavery. You have to speak French. You have to do this. You have to do that. You have to let them know where you're going, where you're coming from, who this, that. You are a private being having your experience. When you come into realization that you don't have to divulge anything to these people, alignment, perfect alignment. Now you have to understand that you now are your minister of your mind, right? I protect my, I recently I've been giving it air, but I protect my crown a lot by doing wraps, right? Because I've noticed for a long time the spraying in the atmosphere and so forth, but it's not as bad now. However, the last couple because I'm trying to grow back my hair, and that's why I keep shaving it. Although I love it when it's shaven. I'm going into another rant here. But when we get more awareness, we start to do things differently. We start to take care of ourselves more. We start to do exercise in everything. Like I exercise my eyes, because there was a time when I was wearing glasses, and I stopped, and I don't wear sunglasses either, because all that is nourishment. When you think of all the things you were taught, you do the opposite. They say drink milk and have this 3 meals a day. I don't drink milk. I maybe have 1 meal a day, but sometimes I don't eat. And other times I feel like I'm craving something, but that's the rush of the cleansing of everything, right? So do what your body tells you at that time, because we're still going through that process. And don't feel guilty if you go back and eat meat, because I had weaned off meat, but sometimes I crave, like, a chicken wing or breast or something. So what I would do then, I would go to somewhere that I know, bring it from the farm directly, and it's grain fed. But I'm not criticizing anyone, and I'm not expecting anyone. You can criticize me all you want. I really don't care, but I am moving in my moment, basically. You know, it doesn't mean you're less spiritual, because, you have to learn how to transmute that energy to the energy that is going to bring balance to your body. You speak to it, right? You have a vibration. Your voice is a vibration. The way you are is a vibration. The water is a vibration. So you can use that to transfer the energy. Um, we could be eating, like, maybe I can imagine we would be eating the stuff that is really good for us. It may not be pleasant tasting, but we can transmute to something that is pleasant, but it's actually, or something that, like, maybe we think we're eating pizza, but we're actually eating a fruit, because we're going into that 5 dimensional world. It's possible. Anything is possible, because we are the creators. This is where I'm coming from. So in order to create our world, we need to stop believing in what everyone else is bringing towards us, like in the media, whether it's like myself or anyone else who's bringing stuff. You yourself, as a being, connected to me, connected to the universe, you have a way, like antennas, that say, that resonate, that makes sense, or that doesn't, that smells, kind of funny. You know what? We all have those. So going forward, you're going to get to see more and more, that your energies are clear, that you can get back those talents and those gifts that can help you moving forward into the new earth. So I spent like 18 minutes speaking on this. So I wanted to go over the last thing I was talking about on the last program, when we were speaking about St. Vincent and where the word St. Vincent and the Grenadines came from. We talk about victor of the mind, and that's what Vincent means. We spoke about who a claim that was named after when Christopher Columbus, wherever this character that was created in the history, who wrote it. Because again, history is by the victor, or the people who think they're victor, or whoever has the opportunity to put things down on paper. Because if the true people of the land are being murdered and running for their lives, and um, burnt out of their villages, you know, cities are being built on top of their cities, you're not going to have time to write everything down, especially when your history, your original heritage is verbal, because we pass everything on verbal. And we spoke a little bit about that too last week. Um, so I wanted to introduce you to a website that was like, I'm in this group, an AI group, and everybody has a negative thing about AI. But you got to remember that AI is created by ancestors. It's not just something new. The fact, nothing is new in this world, right? In this realm, nothing under the sun. That's a fact. So, and you've got to remember There are light beings, or being of light and being of darkness. But we're all one. It's the same. So there is balance there, right? So in order to have balance in the AI, you need to come to do the things we just spoke about. You have to find your balance and your true essence. And so I think every time now with the program, I'm going to start with our episodes of We Heal Nation. I'm going to start with doing the cards, providing that I still have them. And if I don't, I will have to buy a new pair, buy my own book and so forth, because it's the package. So essentially, St. Vincent, the last thing I was going to talk about was what I found about the St. Vincent Association, St. Vincent de Paul Association, because it's linked to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and it's also linked to Canada, because when St. Vincent became so-called independent, when you became dependent and their organization and called yourself Vincentians, it meant that you were a part of that and you are to remain in poverty. That's basically what it meant. Read that out. But it was very interesting that they had let me see if I find it first. I had came across something that was written. I just saw it. This happens a lot. But it was written in terms of what it is. I think maybe I closed it off because I was thinking that we shouldn't dwell on the negative. And it could be conceived as a negative thing because of the fact that it's a spell. When you read it, it's really a spell. But as we're now being powerful beings and we're getting into know ourselves, we're breaking that spell. So I think I should read it, and because the full moon is coming up, it's the opportunity now to read it and burn it and dash garlic on it, dash salt on it, dash black pepper on it, and burn it. Okay, so this was a Vincentians. This is what it says. A Vincentian look at the Hail Mary. So this is how it was written for the Vincentians, right? It says, May is the month of mothers. Our thoughts turn to our mothers and remember the small and large endearments and duties they perform, right? Sorry, I have to turn so much because the computer I'm looking at is like way on the other side. So endearments and duties they perform that show us love, right? We pause to remember mothers who live in the hovels or without enough food for their children. Sometimes all they have is their love, and they wait for better times to come. Often disillusion, this is all spells, even though it sounds like it's a wonderful thing, it's often disillusioned by many in their lives, right? We lift our eyes and our hearts to our Mother Mary. She loved and lived as we do. The one difference is that she is the Mother of God. Is she? Okay. All right. Anyway, during May, we remember our mother, the mother of all mothers, the mother of God. Mary loved and said yes. Her yes was for all of us. We honor, listen to this, very careful to spell her. We honor her now with her special prayer and reflection of Vincentians. Oh my God. I really have to remove. Okay. Hi, Mary. Here I am again. Finally, I have a moment to myself and I need to talk to someone who understands, right? Who better than you? When I turn to you, you are always there. I am always here. I am mother. Okay? But that's the spell, right? It's like a distraction of your ultimate actualization. But anyway, go ahead. Oh, Mary, I do call out to you, but perhaps not enough. I look to you as my mother, my friend, and mother of our God, our Lord, and a woman who cared for the poor. Hail Mary, prayer for the servants of the poor. Okay, I'm sorry. um, I go many places when I'm reading and I see certain things, right? Oh Mary, God has given you this special grace as the mother of God. I used to think this made you untouchable, for far removed from my own life. We are called to be like you, but I saw you are as one so perfect that I can neither relate to you nor immediate imitate you. Okay, sorry. I can see all of it, and it's very hard for me to read it because um when you get deep into these things and people doing these over and over, it's like they're preying on themselves, they're removing themselves from who they are and what they can experience for themselves to see the truth and this and believe that this life is the ultimate life to lead you to be in God's grace or find this kingdom, but the kingdom is within you, right? When you discover and manifest your light, when you become your true essence. But however, when you're doing these things outside, I can't even finish it. I truly can't, because I'm feeling as I'm saying the words, something is happening and I'm not liking it. So this is an example for me that people get trapped and they get depressed because they think that the solution is outside of them, and they keep reading stuff like this to themselves, or they keep doing it over and over and over, so they're taking themselves more and more away from who they are. But this is online. If you want to examine it more, there's a PDF online. All right. Maybe what I'll do when I do the video, prepare it for YouTube, I will put it in the link. I think that's the best way, because really and truly, folks, I can't finish that. It's very disturbing for me in my essence. Like I can't, So at this point, we're coming up for a break. So I have this song that someone did for me for We Heal Nation. So this is the perfect time to introduce it. I think next time what I'll do is probably interpret it maybe within the video itself. So I'm gonna go and get it and just play it. Let me see. It's not a full song per se yet in this one, but I think I have it in my email. Let's see. You know what we're trying to do, each generation. Masculine and feminine energy, the only wrap. We heal nations.
Keep going, keep moving, keep flowing, keep going, keep knowing, keep doing. Understand? Yep. Each generation.
So that's it for the first half of our program. See you in the next half. Peace and love, folks.